Hey, this is Kristen with Collision Hub, and we are at Industry Week in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Rollie Benjamin has joined me from ABRA Auto Body and Glass, and I'm very excited about this because I haven't really had a chance to have a conversation with Rollie before, but I'm just very impressed with what ABRA's got going on and with their commitment to students, and I'm so excited that you're going to take some time to kind of expand on that with us a little bit. So just give us kind of an overview. What's exciting, what's going on at ABRA Auto Body and Glass right now?
Well, Kristen, I would say that, we've had a very much internal focus last 4 or 5 years. And when I say internal focus, we have our big initiative is operational excellence. So we made a conscious decision to slow down our growth because it was pretty aggressive in the 2000 to 2005 period. And we focused very strongly on operational excellence, which is a lean kind of initiative, and made great progress in that area, and all our metrics have improved. And the key metric in an operational excellence initiative is improving cycle time, and also having your customer satisfaction metrics move in the right direction. So at this point in time, our information systems, our processes, our performance, and with the operations, I would say is as good as it's ever been in the company. And now on a go-forward basis, we're looking at growth, more aggressive growth.
I've had the opportunity to work across the country, and from the insurance capacity with many of the ABRA stores, and always found kind of the attention to detail, the customer service, and I like the uniformity. It seemed like everywhere I went, I was always kind of getting that same quality at every store. So kudos to what you got. I can imagine improving that process. So
it was a big challenge. We say it's a journey, yeah. So we're still on the journey, but we've made good progress.
Never over. Now, one of the things I love about ABRA that I think everybody in this industry, we talk about a shortage of technicians and what's going to happen down the road, and we all seem to talk about it, but very few companies like to do anything about it. But ABRA has some internship type programs, some journeyman type programs, specifically for those students and new technicians, which I don't think I've heard of anybody else that has that. Talk a little bit about ABRA's commitment to the student, because it's kind of overwhelming.
Well, I think we all know there's plenty of attrition going on in the industry with technicians. They're aging, and we need replacements. So for a number of years, we've been active in the schools, the vocational schools. Mm-hmm. Michelle from ABRA is very active on advisory boards and speaks at graduations and so forth. So we really believe bringing in good people from the vocational technical schools and having a mentorship program for them, where we have a master technician mentor them for a period of time, mm-hmm. measure milestones of achievement during that period, improve compensation during that period as they grow, is a way to have a viable technical staff for the future. And so we're very engaged in that.
Right, it's a great program, and it's one of the hardest things. We have some really, after the coverage of skills, and ABRA was a wonderful sponsor helping us kind of bring that event out to the industry. And you look at the talent of some of these students as they were working on the fenders or doing the bumper repair, and I've got some technicians I know that 10, 15 years in the business, not doing that quality of work, but how do we keep these kids, and getting their foot in the door seems to be the hardest. And I heard at some point where it's no matter what school I'm in, whether there's maybe an ABRA store close to me or not, I can still apply, and ABRA helps kind of place these students if they're willing to relocate in these mentorship programs?
Absolutely, sure. I mean, we'll recruit at UTI and Houston, Wyotek in Wyoming, and they can go to Colorado, they can go to Minnesota, they can and they will relocate for the right situation. So we don't just limit it to the home market where we have collision repair shops.
Well, that's how we're going to improve the industry, is getting some of those kids in with their new ideas and their talent.
Absolutely.
I don't get opportunities to sit down with a lot of executives very often, and when I do, I like to take advantage of that time. What are some of the things that you're excited about for just the collision repair industry as a whole, going to the end of 2011? Anything got you excited or? Well,
I mean, from our perspective, we've got good momentum. We've had 5, 6 years of improved profitability year after year after year, so very excited about the performance of the company. I think there's an opportunity to take market share because you know, the size of the industry is pretty flat, not growing, but there's an opportunity for the good operators that are investing in systems and processes and people and investing in those sorts of things to perform better, to take market share and grow their business. And we've got a lot of momentum in that area. And one other thing I wanted to say about, you know, technicians coming into the business, what we've seen with our Operational Excellence Initiative is a tremendous improvement in admin processes, which is really a bottleneck to technicians being able to earn more money because we're processing cars more quickly, which means the admin barriers such as parts procurement,
Right.
or not doing a proper repair plan, when you start getting those things right, now technicians are getting a good repair plan, they're getting the parts timely, they're fixing the cars more quickly, they're making more money. It's a great opportunity if you're working a kind of an efficient operation as a technician. So
yeah, that's a great point. If I can turn 5 cars by Friday versus 3 cars by Friday.
Yeah, and it's the front office that holds them up. So if you don't have your processes dialed in, it's a big negative for the technician. But conversely, it's a huge positive if you do for those people.
If you get all that fixed.
Yeah.
Well, we're just excited. I think there's been a little bit of talk in the industry lately. There's this feeling of gloom, and I just don't feel that way. I feel it's almost like a moment of opportunity in our industry like we've never had before. That's just kind of the time to grab hold and move forward. So
yeah, we view it that way too.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know you've got so much to do. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Kristen.
And again, thank you. Just the commitment to students blows us away, and that's our future, and we're only going to get better, whether it's the insurance company for the customer or the shop for repairing for their customer through these students. So thank you for that, and thank you for skills. And we'll look forward to catching back up maybe next SEMA and seeing how things are going.
Great.
And I think we'll run into Michelle and Tim maybe at NADA again out there. So stay tuned. We're going to wrap up the Industry Week tomorrow. We've got the golf tournament with the Collision Repair Education Foundation, and we're going to learn a little bit more about some of the opportunities for students and scholarships within our industry. Thanks.